أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. My dear viewers, once again Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all. Welcome back to our series on MTA Kids Time here in MTA International Gambia Studio. As I said, on this series we are discussing about prayer and its importance. In our last episode we are discussing about the type of prayers. We have talked about the Sunnah prayer and the Wajib prayer. So in this we will be talking about the Nawafil prayer and their importance, inshallah. So without wasting much time, as always the tradition demand, we start the program with the recitation from the Holy Quran. So can we hear the recitation from our brother Ibrahim Kasama? Please give us the recitation.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
Jazakumullah, thank you very much. Can we hear the translation from Nuruddin? Please give us the translation.
Wa
alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. By the fleeting time, surely man is in a state of loss, except those who believe and do good works, and exhort one another to accept truth, and exhort one another to be steadfast.
Jazakumullah, thank you very much. We all heard Allah the Almighty, starting with what? Ashr. So, Asr, we said it is what? What is Asr? It's 5 prayer. It's one of the obligatory prayer. It is solely man is in a state of loss, except illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat, those who believe and do good deeds or good works. And they did not stop there. How do they do good? How do they do these good works? Watawasaw bil haqqi, watawasaw bis sabri. They are exhorting each other with patience and truth. That is the only thing they are helping each other with, encouraging each other to speak the truth and to be patient. And we said, without patience, we don't offer our prayer. We should understand this. If you are not patient, you cannot offer your prayer. And this is why Allah Almighty says in the Holy Quran, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة. Help yourself, oh believers, help yourself with what? Patience and prayer. Patience is mentioned first before prayer. That means patience is a prerequisite. It's a very important factor when it comes to prayer. If you are not patient, you don't pray. You offer prayer 1 day, 2 days, you did not see any result. You say, oh, this is a waste of time. And this is what is exactly happening to many people today. They want everything to be so quick. And this was Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu gave an example. He said, as human being, we can endeavor to study 7 good years to be a medical doctor with patience. But you want to be patient, you don't want to be patient with Allah Almighty in your prayers. You ask Him today and He give you today. That's not the way Allah works. Some prayer He accepts instant, some prayer it takes time. So you have to be patient. And that's why patience is very important. Because if you are not patient, the moment you pray and your prayer is not accepted instant, you start to give up, which is not the hallmark or which is not the character of the believers. La tayasu min rahmatillah. Do not be Do not give up, or don't think that the rahmah of Allah, the mercy of Allah, will not come to you. So therefore it is very, very important. So we continue on our topic. We said about nawafil prayer. Nawafil prayer, they are optional prayer as well. They are not obligatory prayer. They are next to sunnah prayer. And for instance, we have a very famous nawafil prayer, which is a very important one, and which is a very blessed one, to the extent that Allah the Almighty has talked about it in the Holy Quran, which is Salatul Tahajjud. 8 rakah of Salatul Tahajjud. فَتَهَجَّدَ بِهِ نَافِلَةً لَكَ عَسَىٰ أَن يَبْعَثَكَ رَبُّكَ مَقَامًا مَحْمُودًا. فَتَهَجَّدَ بِهِ is Tahajjud prayer during the night. So that is one of the examples that we have on the Nawafil prayer. And Allah the Almighty has encouraged all believers to be regularly offering Tahajjud, and also is one of the conditions of the bayat that we take when anyone who is accepting Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam. Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam said, Ahmadis must offer Tahajjud prayer. This is a conditional commandment from Allah Almighty. Therefore, every Ahmadi, you should know that it's an obligatory upon you as an Ahmadi to be offering Tahajjud prayer. And it's encouraged by Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam in line with the Holy Quran. We also have another Nawafil prayer, like 4 rakah before Asr prayer. We know when we were talking about Asr prayer, we did not mention any Sunnah prayer there. Meaning the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam normally, that was not his Sunnah to offer this 4 rakah before Asr prayer. And it was not his Sunnah to offer 2 rakah after Asr. But if you offer, it's fine. They are called Nawafil prayer. So an addition is your own willingness, and it's for your own benefit, because it shall never go in vain. It will always be part of your good deeds that you will meet in the hereafter. So that shall never go in waste. So therefore they are under the category of Nawafil prayer. And 2 rakah after the 2 rakah of Sunnah in Maghrib prayer. We say after Maghrib prayer you offer 2 rakah, which are Sunnah, right? So after that, any rakah you offer after those Sunnah prayer, they are called what? Nawafil prayer. And as I said, they are all for nafilatan lak. It becomes a source of blessings for you, and you will meet it in the day of judgment. You will meet it there. I say 4 rakah of Ishraq prayer, Salatul Ishraq, Salatul Istisqa. For instance, when the sun or the moon eclipse, or when there is a famine or drought, there is no rainwater, they call Salatul Istisqa. These are all called Nawafil prayer. And 2 rakah offered when one enters the mosque. In our previous episode, we have talked about it. It is an advice of our beloved Master Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, whenever you enter the mosque, you should greet the mosque with 2 rakah. This is an advice of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So those 2 rakah that you call greeting the mosque are known as Nawafil prayer. And 2 rakah offered when seeking blessings from God Almighty, just for the sake of seeking blessings from Allah Almighty. For instance, you are in a difficult state and you want Allah to bless you. For instance, as a student, to be a good student. You want Allah to enable you to pass your exam. You want Allah Almighty to make you somebody righteous. These are all blessings that we are looking for and we are expected to look for as Muslims. So the power lies in this type of prayers that you offer in your own free time, so that Allah the Almighty will pour blessings upon you. We also have Salatul Hajat when you are in a serious business transaction or you are in a need of something. Not necessarily a business, but any things that you have or you are in need. For instance, you want to do your exam, or for instance, you want to travel. These are all Salatul Hajat prayer. So you seek Allah's guidance on this, and may He grant you a successful journey, for instance, when you are saying. Or you want to embark on a journey, and you want to know whether that journey is going to be a blessed journey for you. You offer Salatul Hajat prayer to seek Allah's guidance with regard to the journey. And 2 rakat offered as thanksgiving. It was also the sunnah of our beloved Master Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu says, whenever the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam get a good news, he says, فَخَرَّ سَاجِدًا. He will bow down and prostrate. This was the sunnah of the Holy Prophet. When he get a good news, he will thank Allah Almighty for giving him such a what? Blessing. And this is why the Holy Prophet ﷺ was offering Nawafil prayer, Sunnah prayer constantly, to the extent the company were surprised. Are you not a man that Allah the Almighty says and guarantee paradise? All your shortcomings that you have done and that has passed, and the one that are coming, Allah Almighty has forgiven. We know the Holy Prophet has never sinned. But despite that, him being in that state, he constantly offers prayers to the extent the feet will swell. And people are telling him, why are you tormenting yourself in such a manner? He said, Afala akuna abdan sakura. Should I not be a servant who is grateful to Allah Almighty? So these are some of the ways that we need to adopt. If we say we are following the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then we should try to emulate his way of living, and his relationship with Allah Almighty was so strong that I have to say that kana khuluquhu fil Quran. His entire life was based on the Holy Quran. And we know the Holy Quran, there is nothing that you know that you will say that it is not good. Everything in the Holy Quran, it is Allah is telling you either do this or don't do this. The do's and the done. So without wasting more time, I hope within this period of explanation, we got some of the Nawafil prayer. So if you have free time, try to offer them. What are some of them? Nuruddin, can you remember anyone? Yes, any one of them?
When you enter the mosque, you have to pay 2
When
rakas.
you are entering the mosque, you greet the mosque with 2 rakat. They are called Nawafil. Yes. From 3. When you enter the mosque, when you have the free time, try to go with this commandment of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and offer 2 rakat. They are called Nawafil prayer. So if you see anybody offering those 2 rakat, if you enter the mosque, you should not be in a state of doubt. You should know they are called Nawafil prayer and they are to be offered. Ibrahima, can you tell us any one of them that we have listed here?
Thanksgiving prayer.
Thanksgiving prayer. That is when Allah the Almighty bless you. Like yesterday, I was watching the Mullah called Hazrat Khalifatul Masjid Fifth, may Allah be his helper. He was asked. He said, when you are in a state of worry and when you are in a state of happiness, what do you do? Very short and precise answer was given. He said, when I am happy, I give thanks to Allah Almighty. When I am worried, I seek help from Allah Almighty. What else can we do? When you are happy, give thanks to Allah Almighty. When you are in a state of worry or you are in a state of difficulty, the only power or helper, true helper, you can look for is Allah Almighty. That's the example given to us by Hazrat Khalifatul Masih. May Allah be his helper. Yes, Tyra, can you give us one that we have listed here?
Salatul Haja.
Salatul Hajat. For instance, I say if you are going on a journey, you want to know whether the journey is going to be a blessed journey for you or is going to be a difficult journey for you, then you can pray to Allah Almighty. He can guide you and protect you in this journey. So I believe and I hope you have understood them. So try to convey such information to your friends in school. Tell them these are Nawafil prayer, these are Sunnah prayer. And our beloved Master Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu as Muslim, he advised we should offer them. We should try to pray them. But you should start. It should be started by you. You should start it, then you will try to encourage others as well. So please, as you understand them, act according to what you have learned. Thank you for participation, viewers. This is what time allowed us. We have come to the end of another episode. We were discussing on a very, very important topic, which is Nawafil prayer. All is based on prayers. So everything about prayer is important. So we have heard some of the Nawafil prayer which were offered by the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So what we learn here, please let's try and act upon it. Only benefit we are going to get. Allah the Almighty has made it very clear, wala yuzlamuna fatida. He do not transgress. Whatever you do, He will pay you. You do good deeds, He multiply it. You do evil deeds, He pay you as equal to what you have done. Or sometimes He even forgive you. So Allah is very merciful and kind. Especially when you are striving to offer these prayers, He will always help you. May Allah enable us to be those people who are regularly offering our prayers. I am your host, Said Sambaso. Until we come on your way here in the MTA International Gambia Studio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.